Hello, today we are going to look at the language of algebra. So just looking at what some of these mean. So pronumeral, variable, all those are the same thing. Term, constant, expression, and coefficient. Let's check it out. So we're going to start off by looking at coefficients, variables, and constant. Now the coefficient, so if I was to ask what's the coefficient of x here, I would say 3. It's the number outside, the number next to the variable, right? So the coefficient of x is 3 here. The variable here is x. The constant is just that normal old number out alone by itself. So coefficient accompanies the variable. And then we've got the variable, which is just your letter, and your constant, which is your normal number, which is not accompanied by a letter. Let's check out this. The other three things are terms, expressions, and equations. So this here, this has a few terms in it. This is a term, this is a term. Expressions, let's redo that. Expression is just like one side of the equation, and the equation is the full thing. So I remember that equation has an equal sign. Equation has an equal sign. The expression does not. And the term is just the individual component. Individual components making up the expression or the equation. But let's check it out. Test our knowledge by matching up little terms here. So it says match the word with the definition, and we've got this to help us if we need. Now let's check out the definitions. Must contain an equal sign. Well, remember back here, equation has an equal sign. Equation must contain an equal sign. So let's mark that up. Always stays the same. We haven't really discussed that too much, but that's what a constant is. Constant. Okay, it's not affected by the variable. There's no letter accompanying it. So that's what a constant is. Changes value. Changes value. So here, that's what the variable is. Changes value means varies, right? That's what the letter is, all right? Does not contain an equal sign. That is an expression. Remember, the equation is the full thing with the equal sign. The expression, that's an expression. It's on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the equal sign. And then the leftover bit is just the term. An item in an expression which can contain numbers, letters, or both. So this is a term. This is a term. All right? So an equation or an expression is made up of separate individual terms. So just to remember this, changes value means varies. All right. Must contain an equal sign. Equation. Little things that we can use to remember. And let's test out our little knowledge in this last slide. So state the coefficient of B in these expressions, right? Expressions don't have an equal sign. Equations do. The coefficient of B. Now looking at this, some students might say, okay, coefficient of B is the number at the front, 6. You need to take that up. You need to take the sign out the front as well, right? So the coefficient of B is -6. Take the sign out the front. Forget about that sign. Here, what's the coefficient of B? All right, this is what I call, so here, see how B's sitting alone? You might think, oh, there's no coefficient. There is an invisible 1. Remember invisible ones. So the coefficient of B here, invisible 1, so 1. Coefficient of B in this one, let's look at it. Okay, invisible 1, but we've also got that negative. Don't forget your sign. The sign out the front. Coefficient of B is -1. All right. If you were asked for the coefficient of A is 5. Coefficient of A here is 2. Coefficient of A here is 7. Take that sign out the front. Don't forget it. And that's all I have for you today. I will see you in the next video.